Have you ever wondered about best before dates, particularly as it refers to meat? Stick around, I'm about to show you. Greetings, carnivores. Welcome back to Carnivore Confidential. I have a little story to tell today. Generally, I just got back home from a little shopping trip, went to the grocery store, needed a few things for this week. And even though I wasn't really shopping for meat, I always swing by the meat department to see how the display looks. You know, are they in stock? Are they fresh? Are they full? Are they in stock? Do they have anything on sale? But the thing I'm always looking for is a bargain. I call it my 50% Scottish heritage, but I love bargains and I hate wasting money. I have such terrible buyer's remorse if I find that I've spent too much money on something. But anyway, I digress. I want to show you what I picked up today. And again, I wasn't even looking for any meat, but I picked up a package of fast fry, which I never buy, but fast fry pork center chops. And what I'm going to do with these bad boys is I'm going to take a meat mallet to them. I'm going to pound them thin, and I'm going to turn them into scallopini for sandwiches or a nice pork scallopini meal. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about a little bit about best before dates. Best before dates are a guide to peak freshness. It doesn't mean that something's instantly garbage as it approaches its best before date. It is aging, but it's aging to the point that it's not as brightly colored as it was when it was first sliced. In the case of pork, it's usually a nice pink color, but as it ages, it slowly turns from a nice pink color to almost kind of a gray. Now these aren't necessarily gray yet, but they're far from pink. But the thing I wanted to point out to you was, I know my hands shake. I have an involuntary tremor. There's nothing I can do about it, but bear with me, please. And that's why I'm holding it with two hands to try and minimize the shake. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but the original purchase price, the original sale price was $11.47, and that was probably 3 or 4 days ago. It expires tomorrow, and they've already reduced it twice. They reduced it probably 2 days ago, and they reduced it again today because they don't want to throw it away. In the case of something like this, I'm sure that this store is probably the same as the store I work at. We can't reprocess something after it's expired. We have to throw it away. So it's scanned out and it becomes garbage. And I think it's a terrible tragedy just to waste food. So what the retailer does, so as not to waste it or throw it away, they try to get something for it. You know, so they've reduced it twice. The original sale price, was $11.47. Expires tomorrow. They've reduced it twice. Originally, they reduced it by $2.87, and they reduced it a further $2.14 today, for a purchase price today of $6.45. That's a bargain all day long. And I'm all over doing that. So I'm going to take these upstairs. I'm going to pound them with a meat mallet, as I said. I'm going to turn them into scallopini, bread them, make sandwiches out of them. But I just wanted to touch base on the expiry dates. And also I'm going to put this down. Expiry dates, as well as use your senses, folks. Use your eyes. How does it look? Use your nose, how does it smell? And touch it. Once I can't touch it until I open it, but when I open this package, if it's slimy, if it's slippery or slimy, and has an off smell, I'm taking it back. I'll get my money back for it. But if it's not, and all it is just a little, it's not quite as bright as it was the day it was sliced, like this, then buy it all day long. When we're talking about beef, it's the same thing. Now, years ago, when I started doing this, 40 years ago, everything came in on a hook. Prior to that, everything came in on a hook. Since then, the industry has worked towards processing at the slaughterhouse and breaking the carcass down from a hanging carcass into its primal and subprimal cuts, and then they're vacuum sealed and shipped out in boxes. So, I mean, for example, 40 years ago, if I needed an eye of round, I had to go into the cooler and go to a hanging hip of beef on the rail, and I would have to pull the eye of round out of this hanging hip of beef. Now, if I need an eye of round, I go into the cooler and I open a box and I pull one out. The industry has become at the store level, at the retail level, it's become very, very easy. It was a very hard job years and years ago. Now, that's not to say that it's gotten any easier for the nose to tail processors that are still doing hanging beef in their, boutique shops, and God bless them for keeping the art alive. It's been an awful long time since I've seen anything hanging on a hook. Well, I've seen it, of course, but I've never had to deal with it. In the case of beef, when it starts to age, when it's first freshly cut, it's not even bright red. It's kind of a brownish, almost a purple color. The enzymes in the meat are reacting with the oxygen we breathe. It's called oxidation. And we in the industry call it the bloom, or we refer to it as the bloom, because right before your eyes, this purplish piece of meat turns really bright red because the hemoglobin is reacting with the oxygen we breathe. So what's happening is it's starting to age from that second on. And dry aging techniques, that's another topic I'm going to discuss in a future video, but I just wanted to talk today about beef and what happens, and pork and what happens as it starts to age. In the case of beef, as I said, it starts off kind of a purplish color, turns a bright red color, and then from there it starts to lose its bright red color over a number of days, and to eventually a dark color, not brown, but a dark color. But what I'm getting at, I'm digressing again, but what I'm getting at is if I see something like that or something like this in the counter, and it smells okay, it feels okay, and it looks okay, I'm buying it all day long because they've reduced it, because they don't want to throw it away. So that's where I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at today. And I'm going to go upstairs and pound the heck out of these with a meat mallet and get my dinner on the go. But thank you very much for dropping by. I'm thrilled to be doing this. I'm nervous as heck, but I'm thrilled to be doing this. I'm adding a video component to my blog that I've been writing, Carnivore Confidential, on WordPress since 2013. This is going to be a journey for me and you together with me, hopefully. I'm going to be delivering information and tips and tricks and know-how, 40 years experience as being a butcher, and even probably some recipes along the way. I'm not a chef, but I do love to cook, and there are certain things that I am happy to share. And that's going to be a part of the DIY, the do-it-yourself journey that we're going to take here. I'm going to show you how to cut things. I'm going to show you how to save some money. And that's the big thing for me. So like and subscribe my new channel. I'm excited to be here, and I will hopefully see you next week with a new video. Thanks for coming by, and stay hungry, carnivores.